So most of you know me. I'm Laurie Handlers. This is Michael Gibson, my partner. I don't know, he's bowing up and down. Maybe you saw us a couple of nights ago dancing. We were doing something called Latihan.
Hi, everyone.
And we were dancing to our friend Eric Mandala's music. He was doing a full moon concert live on Facebook, and we were dancing around with our masks on. Anyway, we decided to do a more serious piece on it right now. So this is called 3 Whys to Dance in the Unknown. So we're in the more of the unknown than we've ever been, aren't we?
This is the weirdest time in my life. I don't know if anybody can relate, but this is completely outside of anything I've ever dealt with in my entire life. I mean, we are now globally on lockdown.
So we're in the unknown of the unknown. And since we both practice Latihan, Latihan means, literally translated, it means spiritual practice, but in Tantra we've taken it to mean moving in the unknown. And we think not only should you move in the unknown, well, you are moving in the unknown, but we think that you should learn to dance in the unknown, right?
That's right, yes.
That's why we were dancing around the other night. So why should you learn to dance in the unknown? Well, first of all, if you practice Latihan and you move with the unknown, then you will eliminate the fear of the unknown.
That's right.
And I think besides public speaking, fear of the unknown is probably the biggest fear. Most people stay in relationships and jobs that they should have left long ago because they have the fear of the unknown, yeah?
That's a fact, yeah.
Have you ever done that?
I have. I've stayed for years in relationships that I probably should have been out of because I didn't know. I feared the unknown. So.
Yeah, and I have too, and I've also stayed in some jobs too long, although not too many, luckily. Anyway, so the first way to dance with the unknown is to move in the unknown, to breathe and to close your eyes, put on music. This is how you learn how to do it. You put on music, you blindfold yourself or close your eyes, and you don't move until movement or the impulse to move moves you.
Yes.
Yeah?
That's right.
And then what happens is if you practice it enough, which right now is a perfect time to practice it, if you practice it enough, you will stop being afraid.
If you're in your home,
yeah,
as a practice, it's really easy. And Laurie and I do this, in fact, in this room. We'll actually put on blindfolds and put the music on, and then we'll start to move in the unknown in a way that we've never done before. So this is really a beautiful way to get started, but what are the extra benefits, right? Obviously, once you've done it, you don't have the fear of it.
You don't fear the unknown anymore. You kind of, well, when you learn to dance with it, like when you really got the practice down, then actually you can start to make love in the unknown, which is why we started doing this practice anyway, because a lot of people get into a rut with lovemaking, yeah? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, it's kind of like, you rub a certain way, she nudges you that way, and next thing you know, you're having sex. And sometimes it can just become that. It's like, but
it's always the same. It becomes so boring, you want to kick the person.
But when you learn to dance in the unknown, what starts to arise is all of those unseen, unknown nuances that lovemaking can offer.
And you make up new stuff.
Yeah. So it's not a rut.
So this is a really important time. Yeah. So whether you have a partner or you don't have a partner, you can make love to yourself in the unknown, like really different stuff. I know some of you know how, women, you know how to take your vibrator and put it just in the right place and go, and that's it. You get off. I'm not talking about that. Right. I'm talking about taking your sweet time with your own self. And then if you have a partner and if you are locked down with this partner, it might be a perfect time to learn to dance in the unknown with this partner.
Yeah, and as a practice, what it does is it actually gives you familiarity about being in the unknown, right? We talked about just a moment ago that it eliminates fear, but then when you start to practice, now you start to have this facility around the things that used to scare you are not so scary anymore.
Or bore you.
Yeah, and you find yourself really able to move powerfully. Yeah. Right? After a while, you start to feel like, you know what, this isn't such a big deal. I think I could do this. And then that's the second phase, I think, is
That's exactly.
as a practice. But the third phase is where it gets really juicy.
And that really is to make love to life in the unknown. Like, life right now is handing all of us some lemons, you know? And what Michael and I are doing is making lemonade. I mean, like, really, that's what we're doing. Life has handed us the biggest unknown that's probably ever happened in any of our lives. I mean, nobody knows what to do about this, and nobody knows what to believe about it. So we're all in this big question mark.
Right.
And so at this time, if you can learn to make love and make love to life in the unknown, like life being your lover, like the lover is just in a really interesting phase right now.
Right. Well, and here's where it starts to be creation. So as you're moving away from fear, you're moving into this familiarity of the unknown and not allowing it to stop you in any way.
Right.
And you're making love to life in the unknown. All of a sudden, you start to see your creative juices, and you start to see all the things that maybe you hadn't thought about. I'm going to do this. I've thought about doing this. Writing a book, starting a new book, creating from nothing. That's what we're talking about in the unknown. So now you start to have mastery over creating your life in the unknown. And that's what we're about.
That's making love to life.
Yeah.
That's really,
that's
making
stuff.
lemonade out of lemons. And it's delicious.
Yes, it is.
So.
You're delicious.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That feels so good. It made me feel squishy.
And you can be squishy in the unknown.
So, what we want you to know is part of what this is about is we have a program called Extraordinary Lover's Journey. And we'd like to tell you about that, but we don't want to tell you about that on a Facebook Live except to just mention it. But it's an 8-week program, and it has to do with mastering these very things. Mastering dancing in the unknown, mastering extraordinary love, like extraordinary love making, mastering exquisite touch, and mastering communication that brings us back to love every single time. Every single time. So if you'd like to know more about that, we'd like to have a call with you. Yeah. We'd actually invite you to want to have a call with us on Zoom. So if that's something that interests you after you see us today and hear us today, then please just direct message me and I'll set it up with you. This is an invitation to go really deep and to use this time to become a butterfly out of a caterpillar. Really.
Right.
Okay.
To awaken some things that maybe you didn't know were there, lying dormant, just waiting for you to wake them up. And mention something in the comments. Direct message Laurie. We're happy to have a conversation with you about what it's about and what we have to offer. And we know that today in this special time, wow, it's really needed.
Yeah, we got to create. We really got to create. So we love you. Thank you for coming on with us. Do you want to see if there are any comments or questions? Does anyone have anything they want to question us about?
Daniela, hi Daniela. She says, that made me feel squishy too.
Oh, my eyes aren't good enough to read, like, if anyone has any questions.
Susan Brandt says, always wonderful to see both you and learn from you. We love you, Susan. So good to see you. Terry's on. Hi, Terry.
Terry McCabe?
Terry Rolfson Denham. She's
hi, Terry.
She's one of my wisdom course people. Hi, Terry. And then my daughter-in-law, Brandy's on as well.
Hi, Brandy. I want to get in touch with you right after this.
Yeah, we're going to get in touch with you real soon. We want to do a Zoom call with you. So.
Okay, so anyway, look, learn to dance in the unknown. This is the best time. This is like an invitation from the universe to do it, and we think we can help. And we think we have something to offer in terms of this, so that's why we're on here talking to you about it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on with us today live. We love you. We have a great time whenever we do it.
We do.
And we fall back in love.
Yeah.
You know, like this forces us, we're doing new things, so it's like making love in the unknown.
Well, we want to keep it short and sweet, and so one last thing, look for us coming soon. We're thinking about, this is something we're creating, we're thinking about doing something in the morning, kind of like coffee with Laurie and Michael. So keep keep your ear to the
Yeah.
grindstone. What is
We
it?
are-
Keep your ear to the ground. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's because you're not Native American.
No, I'm not.
All right. So anyway, I don't know about keeping your ear to the ground, but
Yeah.
anyway, we will be back in touch with you. We have so much we're creating because we're dancing in the unknown. Latihan, baby.
Let's do it. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. You stand there and look lovely. I'm going to go ahead
I'm
and end
gonna
it.
stand here and bow.
All right. Finish.